Today's 12 Days of Christmas is a zipper bag made from candy bags. So the supplies we need are a empty bag of M&Ms. This is probably the hardest, but yet the most fun part of this project is emptying the bag. If you've been in the store lately, the last week or so, you know, Pam and I have been hard at work on this project. We are also going to use a narrow zipper foot, not the one that comes with your machine. This one's a little bit thinner, lets you get up closer, one of our favorite feet. And I am going to use some clear iron-on vinyl. And then a zipper. You need probably at least 10 inches. This one's out of the leftovers box. It's a little bit long, not a problem. We'll cut it off. Let's get started. So the first thing we need to do is trim our bag. These bags have a zipper seal in them so that they can be closed back up. So we're going to cut that off, and then I'm going to cut each of my sides off, and I'm going to trim a little bit here on the bottom. I want to keep as close as I can to the seal edge, taking off as little as possible. So we're just going to go ahead and do that. I'm going to use this little orange line as my guide. You could do this project with really any size plastic candy bag. They come in all different sizes. M&M is a shop favorite when it comes to candy. So it was a huge sacrifice for us to empty these bags. But my kids like jelly beans and Sour Patch Kids, so I thought I might do some of those for them for Christmas. So I got it open, but I still have these two little pieces right here, so I'm going to trim them off. If your bag did not have these and it was just one straight piece across, you could certainly make adjustments depending on the bag that you were doing. But the point is you want to get it flat so that we can get our iron-on vinyl on here. I have my iron set to a very low heat setting, just barely warm. All right, so I've got my bag in two different pieces. Now I am going to cut my iron-on vinyl the same size as my bag. So I'm just going to lay this right on top of it for my measurements. I'm just going to cut out right around. You do need the iron-on vinyl in order to provide your bag a little bit more stability. You're not able to sew it as it is. Okay. Now the next step is that we are going to peel the paper off of the vinyl. And when I do that, the side that is exposed is going to be just a little bit sticky. If I can get these to separate. So it's just very slightly tacky. I'm going to line it up and lay it down right over my bag piece that I cut. Lining my edges up pretty close. If you didn't get it right, just pick it up and reposition it. Work any bubbles out. There we go. Pretty good. I'm going to smooth it down. Get as many bubbles as I can out with my hands. And then I'm going to use the paper that I took off, grid side up, and I'm going to use that to protect my vinyl. And I'm just going to hold my warm, not hot, iron on top for a few seconds. And make sure that your iron is staying on top of the paper and not touching your bag. Even as cool as it is, it will melt it. Okay, so we've got one half done. We're going to repeat for the other half, and then we'll be ready to move on to the next step. Iron has made my workspace smell like warm chocolate. Not a bad thing. Okay, now that we have our our front and our back with our vinyl pieces adhered, now it's time to start some construction. Gonna put my narrow zipper foot on. I'm gonna pull the regular zipper foot so you can see the difference. You can see how much more narrow both the front and the back of the foot is. So this narrow one really truly does let me get up much closer. So that's why that's our preferred. My needle set to the far left hand side, and zipper is teeth side down. I have the end of my zipper out here off the edge of my bag because my zipper is bigger than what I need. So in order to make it easier to sew, I just have that extended. And I'm just going to sew my zipper down. Give us a little back stitch, hold us good and secure. These would make great pencil pouches for kids, great little game piece holders. You can do all sorts of stuff with these fun little bags. So I've got that sewed down. I'm going to flip my bag back down, and then I'm going to top stitch to help hold my fold. I am using a contrasting thread. Thought that could be just another fun design element. Using a contrasting zipper as well. Green zipper to go with the green M&Ms. So I've got one side done, and we are just going to repeat that same step for the other side. I would not advise using pins. If you feel like you need another bit of security to hold all your pieces together, use clips. This side top stitched, and I'm finger pressing when I have felt like I needed to make that crease a little bit more. Now that I have my front and my back together, I'm going to move my zipper tab to the middle. Put them right sides together. And then I'm going to sew around my edges with a 1/4 inch seam. Okay, I am just going to sew around the outside edge with a 1/4 inch seam, using clips to hold it all together. And trim my zipper ends. Nothing frays on this project, so no worries about having to finish anything off. And now we're just going to turn it right side out. So now that I've got it, all of my sides sewn together, turned it right side out, turned my corners out, and there you go. Fun little zip up pouch made from a candy bag. I've made a couple already. They were addictive and a ton of fun and super cute, and I can find all sorts of uses for these. Hope you